Good morning, guys. Welcome to Operation Crypto. Market's still looking diabolical. We've had a little bit of a bounce, but through the night, Bitcoin did drop down to a crazy level. We dropped down to $20,800, which is insane. Whenever you think the pump's gonna, you go to bed and you see a few bouncers here, and you think, right, that's it. Bit of sideways action. Now you wake up and you think, fuck, what's going on here? But you just got to sit on your hands and wait. Seen a lot of people saying, right, I'm loading up here, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Every individual's decision. I mean, for me, I've started to buy a few altcoins. I'm not gone too crazy, but I have started to buy some just in case we do get a rise. But the assets I'm buying are ones that I'm fundamentally sound with long term. So, for example, I bought some VeChain, I bought some reserve rights. If it goes down, it is what it is, but for me personally, there are buys for the long term. So if I go underwater, I'll just start to dollar cost average down. And at some stage, you do need to buy, whether that's buying here, 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 or down here. I mean, personally, I think it's a good time to buy now. I do recognise that the price can go down, and the shit did hit the fan with Celsius, which caused a massive collapse in the market. I've noticed that Nexo have mentioned that they're going to start offering funds for some of their capital if they want to offload it, which is a good sign. I mean, I've also seen that the liquidity and the liquidation level for Celsius is around $16,000 on Bitcoin. So if it got down to, I think Celsius would be liquidated. So just bear that in mind that I don't know, somebody Alameda could absolutely dump the price back down towards 17, 16k regions. But let's hope that doesn't happen, should I say. We definitely don't want that to happen. But we've had a little bit of a bounce so far. If we go down to the hourly time frame, it's nothing to get too excited about. I mean, look, everywhere you look, you get bounces on the way down. And so far, it's not much. We've had a double bottom on the hourly time frame. We're pushed up, and we're starting to sell off into it. We'll actually come back up into this level of which was support is now resistance. If we can have a look at a different chart, actually. Yeah, let's look on this chart. So this is the level of liquidity here, which I mentioned. I says, look, this is where we need to keep support. We actually lost that level, but we're coming back and we've rejected off that level. So really, we need to reclaim 23,400. If the price does reclaim that, I think we may get a little bit sideways action for a while and maybe see a little bit of positive price action on the alts. But there's a more likely chance that we'll come down and test this region here at 19,600. We've actually not tested the previous all-time highs yet. There's a possibility that it does happen. People always say that it's never happened in the past, and it's something that won't happen again. Never ever say never, because it always is something that could happen. So we are on the daily time frame here looking at Bitcoin. If we look at the RSI, we are fairly low. We're not as low as where it was back in January of this year, actually. We're just not quite there yet. But if you look at this on the weekly time frame, as you can see, we are starting to drop down below that level where we was. If it does enlarge that a bit. So this is RSI relative strength index. If we just move that up a slight bit more to get accurate. So this low here on December 2018, that was the cycle lows of the bear market from 2018. We had pretty much 1 year worth of bearish price action with a few rallies in that noted. And the RSI did drop down to this region here, which was the lowest point. We've actually lost that level, so the RSI is the lowest it's been since this chart data back in August of 2017. Obviously it could have been lower, but we've just not quite got that data. I think you might get on the Bitfinex chart, but I'm not using that one for now. So RSI is at the lowest point it's been for the last 5 years. So that's just something to keep your eyes on. It's not an indicator to say buy now, but it just gives you a little bit of an idea how low it actually is. And usually these are some points that you can use for potential opportunities, like RSI low, volume low. Well, the volume's actually been high. I mean, with the amount of selling pressure that's gone through, Bitcoin and the crypto market itself lost $1 trillion worth of value. That's actually just crept back up now, and we're just above $1 trillion. So need to really maintain a position above that. But Bitcoin, so we've got two things we need to keep his eye on. we need to keep his eye on this level. Really, we need to reclaim 23,500. If we reclaim that, I think it will be a bit of sideways action and potentially even swooping these lows at some point. So we're looking for potentially something like this. This happens quite a lot. You tend to reclaim levels of resistance, flip them to support, then you go sideways, and then you trickle back down, and you'll probably retest that wick, I don't know, maybe in a week or 2 months' time, and then we'll start to push on. Whether that's here or whether that's down here, it is very uncertain, but just be wary that once you have done a wick down, and you reclaim that wick, and you reclaim some support, you will come back down to retest that wick at some point. Whether that's, like say, tomorrow, or whether that's within a couple of months' time, that will be retested, and then I think we will push on. Like say, whether that's there at the previous all-time highs here, or down at 14, 15, whatever level it goes to, it will happen, and you will get a sharp wick down, and you will retest that wick, and then you will start to push on. So I'm looking for something similar to like that. In a perfect scenario, we will reclaim 23,500, maybe even get a retest of this wick here, up at around 26k, and then we'll probably start wicking back down. You could put too many lines there, but you know what I mean. We'll just put a horizontal around that region there. So in perfect conditions, we will come back up and retest this, and then we'll probably sell off and refill that wick. So that's something that we need to potentially keep his eyes on, unless they just choose violence and send us right back down to these regions down here at 16 and 19s. But nothing we can do is other than wait, sit on his hands, maybe start to dollar cost average now, because I think we are at crazy levels. And one thing I did mention the other day was, imagine if these dropped us 69% down from 69k, that would just be cheese on toast, wouldn't it? We actually dropped 69%, so I mean, if the market bulls or the market bears are wanting to play with our emotions like they did here, and they said, right, 69k is the top, I'm dumping it. What if it actually is right, a 69% drop from $69,000? Make a laugh at, wouldn't it? But it's something that definitely could happen. I mentioned it on my Twitter yesterday. But in terms of analysis across the market, there's not much to talk about. There's no point doing technical analysis on altcoins because they continue to drop. They will bounce at some point, and then when they do start to bounce and regain some levels of support, we'll jump into some more technical analysis videos on altcoins, and maybe even some project reviews coming up. And I think now is a good time, if you're still in this market and you're watching this video, I think it's a good time now to start learning. So I will be dropping some educational videos out over the course of the next few months. We'll talk about Fibonacci's, we'll remaster that video I did. We'll talk about support and resistance. Any type of technical analysis you want me to talk through, drop it in the comments, and I'll get to them over the next few months, and we'll see if we can build a bit of a free trading course. We'll make a playlist on YouTube, and hopefully over the next few months and next year you'll be able to learn something exactly how I've learned it too. But that's it for today. One thing as well before we finish, if you're wanting to long or short the market, check out BitGet. I know if you're in the UK, it's very hard to long or short Bitcoin or any altcoins just due to regulation, but if you use BitGet, it's a non-KYC exchange. It's an exchange you can use to your benefit, and also get around $4,000 in rewards once you sign up and deposit a few funds. So check it out, you'll find a link in the description of this video. But that's it, I'll catch you next time.